Well, hello. Good morning to you, Audio Gunner. Thank you so much for the subscription. Good morning, hello, and welcome back to Doomed. Not so solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. And I wouldn't be able to focus without someone here as well. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, and Cthulhu. Well, yes, I should be mindful of the fact that we have people all over the globe, like the Crosshair. All over the globe implies that I'm living in the center of the world somehow, which, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Everyone knows Canada's the best, but we don't like to say it.
Well, you're the only place with maple syrup, so...
Yes. And Vermont. They like to remind us that they have maple syrup, too. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's very good. Can you imagine if I started some sort of maple war? I can, but anyway.
New life goal achieved.
Life goal achieved. Hello, welcome back. We are, today on Doomed, the Crosshair and I will be finishing up a scenario. This is a little bonus stream. If you're tuning in on the VOD, thank you. Check down below for the timestamp where we get back into the action. We are going to be finishing up a scenario that we started last time on Doomed. And then tomorrow at the regularly scheduled time, that's 1700 Eastern, we will be doing something else, a new scenario, hopefully, in regards to Father Mateo and Sister Bloody Mary's journey to where they are today.
And we have no idea what we are going to do, but we are going to do something.
Yeah, we have ideas. I think there were a few things. I had a list somewhere across there. I just have to find it again.
Yep, we do have it.
Exactly. So, welcome back. Here we are on Doomed. Crosshair, what I would like to do is get our viewers up to speed with what happened last time, where we're at, and then, for our own sakes, obviously we can recap, what the quote-unquote board state is for ourselves. I think that's no bad thing either.
Literally, what the bloody hell is going on?
Yeah. What the hell is going on here? So.
We have a resign.
We have what? Say again?
We have a resign option.
Yes, we do. You're right. Which is maybe, it's good to remember that exists. Last time on Dune, Father Mateo and Sister Mary were... Well, I think Mary, as you expressed, Crosshair, Mary wanted to approach someone for help in the arcane, in the sort of spells of the magic of what might have happened at the church the time before. What are these creatures that are sort of living beneath Arkham and planning to invade it and so on. So Mary and one witch, I'm sorry, it's not her name. Her name is, what is her name? Oh my god, Olive McBride. Spoke, and then Olive asked for assistance with something that perhaps would be related. Apparently there is a cult dabbling in blood magic somewhere beneath Arkham in the caves and tunnels there, which is, of course, where a lot of those monsters were as well. So Father Mateo and Sister Bloody Mary show up. They went in. Olive McBride was with Mary and is now sticking with Father Mateo. And they've been exploring the caverns beneath, this big cavern system. And they found, in general, they found all sorts of things. Cultists that have been killed, and other sort of traps. And then eventually they came across... Oh, sorry, before that, a new ally approaches. Someone came to join Sister Mary. Do you want to tell us a little bit about who has joined us today?
Yeah, the Nephthys Huntress of Past is not past, like past, but past. Yeah, like Bastion.
Yeah, right.
She's an old quotation mark friend of Mary's from the war times in Egypt. She has her own ideas of who gods are and likes to tease Mary about this one card business. And so far she's been rather helpful in dispatching some cultists, and Mary doesn't know her so well, but she knows that she can trust her to be around at least.
I really like the story that's emerging here of, the priest who's struggling with his faith because of, the priest who's struggling with his faith in religion because of what he's seen in the world and his arcane sort of research into that, versus the soldier who's come into the church, who is kind of coming the opposite way, right? Who's seen a lot of the world and the horrors therein, and has come into the church and into the light. And together they're sort of exploring both sides of the coin of faith, as it were. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, and I think this cave adventure was, while the burning down of Father Mateo's childhood home was a turning point, this cave of blood is possibly a turning point for Mary as well.
No, I agree. I will mention the pool of blood, and then I'll answer Cthulhu's question as well. In venturing through the caves with Olive and with Nephthys, they eventually found enough information to come upon the scene of the ritual that is happening, a massive pool of blood, at which I suppose the leader of the cult is attempting to perform some sort of horrific rite. We're going to have to see a bit more about that. The short answer for you, Cthulhu, is that the pool of blood is connected to all of the dark recess locations. So it's the map looks a bit weird, but the entrance in the middle is connected to the four corners here, tunnels and caverns, which then go off into the dark recesses, all of which are connected to the pool of blood.
Yeah, I like to think that the pool of blood is below the Black Cave entrance.
I like
Black
that.
Cave entrance is at level 1, then the winding tunnels and sprawling caverns go down 1. Then we go down into the dark recesses, which lead into the pool of blood.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect. That's a really nice way of thinking about it, actually, Crosshair. I hadn't considered that, but yeah. I like that a lot. That's where we're at. Yeah, similar to City of the Elder things. I like that too. It's a good point. Is there? Well, what else do we need to recap? Is my question, Crosshair.
Well, Mary is currently engaged with the Crimson Wizard and the Hemomancer at the pool of blood, so I have to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. So
that's fun.
The sort of main sorcerer who's performing the ritual, and then also guard, I guess, sorcerer who is trained in the use of blood as a weapon. Awful, absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Like a Crimson Wizard has victory 1. Come on, guys. 2?
Also, if I reveal a skull or a tentacle token, we have to do things. We can place clues on the Crimson Wizard. If we have 6 clues on him, we advance. If we defeat him, we advance. If we resign, we advance.
Yeah, I'll remind us where we're at in terms of agenda and act. I think we're relatively kitted out at the very least. I have a bless token on my Favor of the Sun, and
I have a bless on Nephthys, and I think we have 7 bless tokens in the bag.
Seems nice. 1 curse. Skulls. I've put them as -4. That's not actually true. It's a variable rate, right? Skulls are 1 plus how far you are away from the entrance. Which is 4 at the pool of blood. Annoyingly and awfully. But there you have it. We also have Fool's Rush In, which I will forget for sure, and I'm not sure if I want to be reminded about it, to be honest, because I hate it. This is a scheme where when we enter an unrevealed location or a location with an enemy, We have to either lose an action or an enemy at that location attacks you. You can discard it by spending an action, placing a clue on your location to discard Fool's Rush In. I will recap with the agenda and the act, and then I think we'll be ready, Crosshair, to get back into the action. It's our turn, so, we can figure out what we need to do, but I'll just recap here really quickly. Agenda 2A, we're at 4 out of 6 Doom. Dark Flow. The atmosphere grows steadily more tense as the sorcerers continue building their dark ceremony. You can already feel a tightness in your veins from the amplifying blood magic. That's my Elvis Presley vibe. There's a forced effect. When an enemy attack or encounter card effect deals damage to you or to an ally you control, place a damage on the scenario reference card, which we now know is blood for the blood gods, aka the sorcerer who has more health. Act 3A says redirecting the locus. As the sorcerer's leader stares you down, Olive scans the room, noting the ritual tools and arcane trappings. They're focusing all this power through him, she exclaims to you. If we can channel it through us instead, then maybe we can turn the magic back on them. So, there is an objective here. If there are 6 or more clues on this act, advance. Action. If you are at Pool of Blood, reveal a random chaos token. If you reveal a bless or a curse, ignore it. Reveal another. If you reveal a 0, a +1, or a elder sign, move up to 2 clues controlled by investigators at Pool of Blood to the act. If you reveal any numbered token, you move 1 clue to the act. And then if you reveal any symbols, you move a clue controlled by an investigator at the Pool of Blood, but they have to take a damage or a horror. Choose one. Yeah. So, less good. So that's just, you are attempting to channel the power of the blood magic through yourself, but obviously sometimes it's going to get away from you a little bit, and it hurts. Less good.
I have a question.
Yes, of course, Crosshare. What's your question?
Where's our campaign thingy with
the
trauma and stuff?
It does not exist. Unfortunately, Crosshair, right. It was connected to the Gathering, and then when I put that away, it was deleted.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how much trauma did I have? I have 2 in health and 1 in...
You definitely... So let's count it up, right? You had In the Thick of It, which was 2 mental trauma, and then you took 1 trauma from the first scenario, which I assume you took as a mental as well, but I might be wrong. That's my assumption.
Yeah. Thermos just can't heal 2 horror then. Oh well.
Yeah, I can. Sorry, you definitely have 3 mental trauma.
Wait. Yeah, I took a mental trauma from the... Oh, right, we put In the Thick of It all on...
I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately, but I have to assume, because you're 5, you have 5 health and 9 sanity, it just feels dangerous
it was
otherwise.
5 and 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we're good.
Okay, then.
If I can get out, because there's these enemies will be dealing 2 damage and 3 horror.
So that is a good question then. Yeah, you have Nephthys as well, which is good, and Cthulhu. I only started with mental myself, but that's something else. Okay, Crosshair, you have the enemies. Mateo's plan is to try to get as much information as possible here in the caverns, so that then entering the Pool of Blood will be, he'll have the power to hopefully channel some blood blood magic. What about you? Did you want to start with the plan that you had? Question mark?
Yeah, I can try, because if I fail, I might die.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
That's one thing. Basically, Sister Mary walks into the Pool of Blood. There's these couple of guys there, and she has this look on her face as she does in her character card. Like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And just going to try and evade, basically stay out of sight of the enemies and move back away.
Seems good. You're right.
The question is, who do I want to evade first? Because there's no bad thing if the Hemomancer does an attack of opportunity. Like, okay, fine.
I mean, it
I
hurts,
take a lot
but yeah.
of damage, but I can basically tank it. But the Crimson Wizard doing stuff, retaliate, all that stuff, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. He also is focused on his ritual, right? He's not gonna chase Mary or anyone out of the cavern.
Yeah. Basically, I can go up to 4 evade on one thing. Of course, if I take the attack of opportunity from the Crimson Wizard, that's just 1 damage, 1 health, nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
If I evade the Hemomancer, I get a turn off. Get out, prepare, heal up.
Yep, which is, definitely no bad thing.
Yeah. So she's just going to try and avoid the Hemomancer's eye of sight.
Great, yeah, for sure.
Now I'm just thinking, should I throw that away? Yeah.
Just,
Let's go.
Cthulhu's, of course, the casual bless auto fail. A classic.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I reveal 5 bless tokens from the 7, I can just kill the Hemomancer, so that's fine. So, Sister Mary is gonna try and avoid the Hemomancer who's noticed her, because it's a hunter and Mary is an interloper. So that's a 4 on 2 test. That's 1.
Okay. Oh, man. Well, where's my paradoxical covenant when I need it? Darn.
There's another one.
Oh.
Okay. So that's a +2 skull is... Well, I succeed. The skull is -4 and the bless token is +2.
Yep, so you're right. It's -2 all told.
Yeah. But the skull means that the Crimson Wizard, I guess will place 1 more damage on the scenario reference card. Don't think that matters.
Yeah, it seems to affect his health, and we're not quite sure if it does anything else, but I will update that for you. Yeesh.
Yeah. Okay. So now then, that's faded. Cool. I'll return those. I'm gonna seal those and then remove 1 curse
for you.
Now, should Nephthys do 2 damage to the Crimson Wizard straight away?
I mean, he's got 6, 8 is 14 health. I just don't know if we're going to be able to, we can't get damage off the scenario reference. Like, there's no way for us to reduce his health other than dealing him a huge amount of damage.
Yeah. I think Mary is just gonna eat. Like, I'm out.
Yeah. You could deal 2 damage to the Hemomancer, certainly, but whether that's what you want to do, I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna start adding more blesses into the bag anyway. So, yeah, let's release those at 2 damage. Just a arrow shooting, and then...
Okay. And that for whatever reason, the bless on Nephthys it didn't go, so maybe we'll just delete that one, maybe? Like, that one didn't get released for some reason. I think it's a leftover from that horrible time when we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So we should now have 4 in the bag, 1 on you.
Yeah.
It doesn't count yours, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. That's okay. I'm sure we can. Well, I know we can make more if we need to. Okay, excellent. Getting out of line of sight, and then Nephthys, pew, strikes him.
Throws an arrow while they go. And I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity for the movement here. But it's 1 damage, 1 health. But where do I want to go?
This is a good question. I'll put the damage on the scenario reference card as well from the enemy attack. Because it's
right.
But you tell me where you want to go, sister.
The black cave up here doesn't have a bad thing on it. Like, it's only a bad thing if I try to get clues.
You right?
Same is at the other black cave.
Yeah, that's very true. I am planning on going to the one on the left here, if that's something that you want. Like, if you want to join me, but we don't have to be together, either.
Might be a good thing for healing's sake. But yeah, that's a good spot to go to. Like, I want to investigate these places. Actually, yeah, if I took the risk and went to this dark recess over here, then I could go to the winding tunnels with 1 act. No, I'd have to take 2 encounter cards.
Which, of course, are going to be 2 enemies or 2 damages or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, but as a third action...
the second action was move. Sorry, not to... Oh, where did you move? Oh, there you are. Sorry. Okay, I didn't see you had moved. My apologies. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take 1 damage and 1 horror from the attack of opportunity, and let's put 1 horror on Rosary, and... I guess I'll take the damage. Yeah.
Incredible. Cthulhu, I didn't understand what you meant by the Elvis song, so I'm gonna let you fill me in on that.
And last action would be the take a sip of thermos juice and heal 2 horror.
Glug glug glug.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Cthulhu. Thank you.
Actually,
I didn't understand. Yes. Sorry, Crosshare. Go ahead.
I'm gonna put the horror on Nephthys just to keep myself out of the 5 range.
Yeah, seems like a good idea. This is a cool piece of art, but I'll remind Cthulhu specifically. When an investigator enters an unrevealed location or a location with an enemy, they have to do a bad thing, which we're not currently doing, so that's okay. Only fools rush in.
Okay, well,
yes.
Survived that.
Hooray!
All you.
Which is excellent. Father Mateo can hear, the sounds of running feet and, thinks perhaps it is Mary and believes that regrouping would not be such a bad thing after all. I'm going to see if I can get the clues at this location, and then I'm going to run. Oh, if you went the other route. Yes, that's true, Cthulhu. I understand. No problemo. Let's see if Father Mateo can use the power of the blood magic that is in this cave to focus his vision through the walls into the Eye of Chaos. I'm going to investigate with willpower, +2 willpower, 7 to 2. I'm just going to do it. Okie dokie. A skull, which is, I think, -3. And that's that. So I will take 2 clues. And then I will move twice to meet Sister Mary. Mateo kind of... He's not rushing in necessarily. He's trying to keep a low profile. Olive is behind him, frantically casting wards as best she can. And they all catch each other up on, like... He spied into the pool of blood through a crack in the wall, but obviously Mary has actually been there. So they presumably catch each other up.
It's a silly place. Let's not go there.
We might have
Call
to.
me a muddle.
Yeah. We might have to, right? We might have to... We have to see if we can stop their plans. If we must run, then at least we can try to find help. Although we might be too late. That takes us to the end of the investigation phase, so we go to the enemy phase, where there are no hunter enemies in play that are ready. So we go to upkeep. Oh, that... No. Something. Sorry.
Well, basically, yay.
Okay.
But also... Well... Let's see.
Okay. We go to 5 out of 6.
Actually-
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, Crosshare.
Yeah.
No, what were
Really
you going to say?
good. Really good.
Did you have anything to say about...
Oh, not now. Not
Oh,
now.
okay. I see. We're going to wait on it then. As Mary, Mateo, Olive, and Nephthys huddle around the thermos of drink and the sort of low-burning candles of the altar here in the cave, they try to figure out where to go next. They go to 5 out of 6 Doom, and we draw some encounter cards. Oh my god. Okay, so I think a shuddering sound is heard, large stamping feet, and they all look at each other with alarm before bursting through the wall, a sort of Kool-Aid man made of blood. This is the Sanguine Creation. Obviously, the Hemomancer and the Wizard, Crimson Wizard, were creating... This is something that they've been creating. Perhaps they're using the blood to reanimate ghouls. Perhaps they're using it for something else, but this is horrific. This is a 5/2/5 Hunter with Retaliate and Alert. Oh. What?
Interlopers.
What does it say?
Pray, you only.
Yes, non-weakness enemies with the Hunter keyword gain Pray, you only. You're right. Okay, so it's engaged with you. It gets -3 fight during basic fight actions, so if you just punch it, and then if it gets -3 evade during basic evade actions. So no fancy stuff, no weapons or whatever. Or, sorry, not no weapons, but it has 5 fight or otherwise. Yikes.
It's basically not oh yeah, but hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Love that. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Crosshare.
As is usual, Mary steps in between Father Mateo and this monster like, well, I knew all the blood would come hunt me one day. Not literally.
And quite literally, apparently.
But accompanying that is a vicious ritual, of course. We've seen this before. Will 2 that gets +1 difficulty for every Investigator 1 tokens on the scenario reference card. If you fail, take 1 horror. If you fail by 2, take 1 additional horror. If you fail by 4, take 1 additional horror.
It is
Yay.
+4 difficulty right now, so I believe that is 6 total.
Yeah, it's a 6 on 6 test, basically. Well, it's gonna be that. Yeah. I guess I could add this into it. Why not? Like 7 against 6. Let's see.
I mean, it's something.
Oh, I forgot to add the blessed token.
Ah, from Mary. Yeah, great, thank you.
Yep. That'll come into play, I hope.
I hope so too.
No, it's just a skull. Oh, you.
Yeah. That's ideal.
So that's a -3. I failed by 2. If you fail by 2 or more, take additional horror. So 2 horror. High nefters, and I take 1.
Yikes. Obviously, this monster made of the blood that Mary has spilled over time, it's not conducting the ritual, but the ritual is clearly infecting her mind. Right?
Okay. Well, that's my idea. Oh well.
So, what is the plan then? I can commit an icon to you in terms of fighting. I could also try to fight myself. I could also try to fight it myself using Olive. But it's not great because I only have, 2 combat or whatever.
It's gonna be a 2 against 4 attack anyway, with the Blessed Blade.
The blade is not a basic fight action. I think that's what's so weird about it, is like a basic fight action is one that you just take without using an ability on a card. If that makes sense, like rather than even though it says bold fight, like it's not a basic fight action, if that makes sense.
Oh. It would be a 4 on 5 then.
Yes, if you use the Blessed Blade, it would be a 3 on 2 if you didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
so
I'm not saying that's better, just it's a thought.
It's better than but I can't really throw away my cards on this, so
I have 1 combat icon if you'd like it. Something.
If I attack with the blade, I add a bless token into the bag. And it's...
That is true.
4 against 5. If you add an attack icon, then it's 5 against 5. So...
We're beginning to see the value in these like big boosts of things, I think.
Yeah, let's go for it. So Mary's gonna take the Blessed Blade out like it hasn't failed her before. And it's just gonna non-basically attack this creature.
Okay. Non-basically. There's a combat icon. I think Mateo is kind of trying to stand toe-to-toe and perhaps even draw the beast's eye briefly.
No, I'm gonna need those. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. It's 5 on 5 basic. If it succeeds, it dies. If it doesn't,
retaliate. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Wow. You absolute monster. God damn it.
So, Mary feels the...
Unfucking believable. Sorry. Pardon my French. I don't believe it. Okay. Where's my luck, Crosshair? Please, go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell me what happens.
Inner peace that she's been learning in this cave from all the sources just channels through her arm and through the Blessed Blade, and the monster basically turns into a pool of blood.
Unbelievable.
It's a sanguine non-creation.
It just kind of splashes on the floor.
Yeah.
Did we add the bless from the from the elder sign as well? Yes, I think.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. I like having the blesses.
Yeah. We currently have 7 in there, so that's good.
I'd say so.
Now then, I'm gonna have some company next turn.
Yes, very much so.
So, and it's gonna attack straight away.
Yeah. Yes. Even if you moved, I'm just thinking out loud. If you moved twice, he hunts twice, but wouldn't get to you, but would pass me because it's still prey you only.
Yeah, so if I move, that doesn't help at all. But if I move twice, interlopers will go away.
Yeah. If at least one enemy moved via the hunter keyword, it discards. Yep.
So if I go to the Black Cave entrance, just straight up use 2 actions to get there, then it won't get to me, and it won't stop at you because interlopers is still away. So
Exactly.
it would go to the sprawling caverns or these winding tunnels. That's actually good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're 100% you're 100% right.
Yeah, let's do that. So, sorry, Father, I'm just passing through. I have some company coming.
He sort of glances and, narrows his eyes in surprise, but anyway.
Mary just runs out to catch her breath. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Cool. I mean, not bad. Certainly not bad. I am going to get more clues, and then I think I'm going to go and find maybe even more clues. Who knows? Father Mateo. Oh, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Cthulhu for the engagement thingy.
Yeah, I feel like I remember hearing something about that, but that does make sense. Is that there's like rules around, if you draw an enemy, it spawns with you unless it says spawn blank, and then it does what it says.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all Cthulhu. Although I do appreciate the Paul Prospero emote there. That's one of my faves. Taking that photo was hilarious. Okay. Father Mateo is gonna see perhaps. Oh, actually, do I want to get the clues here? I have to use the action. Blech.
Not necessarily. It's one horror. So.
Yeah. How am I doing for horror? You're right. It's not. Let's do it. We're gonna Eye of Chaos right here. Again, this ritualistic altar, which is now surrounded by a pool of blood that once belonged to a monster. Mateo is trying to see the connection between these things. What does this blood ritual? What is it planning? What is the plan? What do they want to do? I'm going to investigate using Eye of Chaos. So it's a 7-2 using Eye of Chaos. Bless. Skull. So that's fine. We remove the bless from the bag. Unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Sorry. Yes, I thought it was only at a location, but great, Crosshair. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing about Nephthys. It's anywhere, anytime.
Anywhere, anytime, baby. Father Mateo shudders as his sort of vision across time and space affords him glimpses of those same monsters that were underneath the church. But he does get a glimpse into what the Crimson Wizard is planning. And then I'm going to move twice as well, Crosshair, and I'm going to move to the other winding tunnels.
Oh, I was just kind of thinking of bringing the Hemomancer
there,
but Hemo can go also to the winding tunnels upstairs. So.
I leave it to you. I was just thinking there's probably clues here, and
yeah, go for it. It doesn't really matter where the Hemomancer goes.
Hup. 2 shroud, 2 clues. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I saw 2. It says 7. Winding tunnels is connected to each adjacent copy of Dark Recess. Fine. Retracing your steps makes you gradually more familiar. While you are investigating this copy of Winding Tunnels, it gets -2 shroud for each time you moved or have been moved this round. Minimum 1. Well, fuck, Crosshair, I'm not... This isn't gonna happen. Balls.
Yeah.
Well, good to know, I guess. Mateo the fool! What has he done? The tunnels curve and wind in ways that are unexpected and strange, and suddenly he finds himself very, very lost. As we move to the enemy phase.
Yeah, the Hemomancer will run all the way up there, or basically up one step, and then the winding tunnels. Interlopers goes away, so you're free food also currently.
And you're right, Cthulhu. As a fool who rushed in, he would lose an action, but can't, and there's no enemy to attack. So again, thankfully, weirdly enough, this fizzles. I mean, it happens, but I can't choose either option, so it doesn't say that you can't. The investigator must.
Yeah, true.
The investigator must choose one. If you can't choose one, can you do the thing? Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna play that. That's how I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, basically you choose to lose one action, but you can't.
Like you. Okay. So the Hemomancer is indeed coming, having Mary having destroyed the creation made of blood. It's probably coming for her now. As we go to upkeep, that's what I was looking for. Oh my god. This is going to be good. Oh my god. What? Ruh-roh. Ooh, what's this? Oh god, what is this? Oh no. Oh no. Crosshair. You're in so much trouble. Yay.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Mm-hmm. Now your reaction ability will trigger after this, so that's good, I guess. Lol.
So,
we forgot this was a thing.
As Mary runs out of the dark cave, she has a crisis of faith with everything going on, which is understandable. Either take one horror or replace a bless token with a chaos token.
Yeah, so for each one, you have to make that choice. Which is
does that count as removing bless tokens from the bag?
That's a good question. You have to replace it. So I don't think so. No, yeah, and Nephthys says when one or more bless tokens would be removed from the chaos bag during a skill test.
Yeah.
Right, this is not. That is very unfortunate.
That's 6 bless tokens. Well, I don't want to take horror from this.
Well, then that's that.
I do. Oh, right, I do have 9 horror. I forgot that I don't have 6. Like.
Yeah. Total. No, you still have another 5 before you're defeated. 4 before you're defeated.
So we take 2 horror. I'm gonna use the thermos straight away, I know it.
Yep.
And I do have something else.
I'm gonna help with the bless and curse situation. Well, I mean, help. Not really gonna help, but I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 horror myself, which means that...
Excuse me, sorry.
That's not too bad, and then Mary adds 1.
Okay. Yep. It's yeah.
Oh, it's could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Might get worse momentarily. We'll have to see. I guess Mateo doesn't know that Mary is having this crisis, and perhaps this leaving the cave might be our best option. We'll have to see. Although we're not there yet.
Also, Mary's crisis of faith affects the whole universe, apparently.
It's very true.
Stronger than she thinks.
Mm-hmm. You go to 6 out of 6 Doom and advance to Agenda 2B, Torrent of Blood. A sudden thundering echoes through the cave as a wall of blood surges towards you like a river rapids. What? Like a river rapid. Whatever. You search for an alcove to brace yourself in, as Olive quickly racks her brain for any magic that can slow the tidal wave. In player order, each investigator tests agility 4. Yuck. Before any tests are made, any investigator may exhaust a witch asset they control to reduce this test's difficulty by 1 for each person. Not per person, but for each person. Each investigator who fails loses an action and takes a damage. No brainer. Olive is going to try to redirect the torrent of blood. So it's only agility 3 now.
Oh, yay.
Yay, I know, right? And we have to hope that it's going to be okay. I will throw in an agility icon on myself to test 4 to 3. We just have to hope, right? Okay, good. Olive manages to just bend basically the blood around them as it sloshes upwards towards the surface.
Yeah, and at the surface, at the cave entrance, there's gonna be a sudden cave vomit of blood that's gonna throw Mary off her feet. Or it's a 3 and 3. Non-permanent asset you control if you fail. Well, I did fail, which means...
So lose an action and take a damage. Yeah.
Yep. That's damage and lost an action, and then the tablet means I exhaust.
You can choose any asset that you control as long as it's non-permanent. There you go. Yep, that works. Agenda 3A, Hour of Crimson. Your blood roils inside you as you press on to stop the sorcerer's ritual. Is there still time enough to quash the spell? When an enemy attack or encounter card effect deals any amount of damage to you or an ally, blah, 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 place a damage on the scenario reference card. 6 doom. Same thing. We're going to draw our encounter cards. The torrent of...
Oh, that too.
Yeah, of course. Oh, we must. I don't have a plan, Crosshair, but I have thoughts.
We do have 6 turns, though.
Yes, and here is the Hemomancer for me as well. Out of the darkness, out of one of the winding tunnels, screaming as a man in a cloak, thunders towards Mateo, blood rolling around his arms. +1 fight for each card on it that has damage, which is just the 1, so it's a 3/4/2.
You do have damage on you.
Yes, so just
right.
Yeah, but just me. That's no...
Cool.
Okay, so 3/4/2, which I still don't love, but it is what it is.
And at the cave entrance... Oh, any empty location.
Yeah, we love this guy.
Okay, so... Any empty location. That's good.
Yeah.
Place a doom or 2 damage on the scenario reference card. Are we going to try and kill the Crimson Wizard? That's the question. I technically have a way to do it, but...
I don't, I do not believe it is possible. In the amount of time we have. I mean, I don't want to necessarily poo-poo the math of it, but 15 health means succeeding at 5 3-damage attacks. Yeah, which is a lot, right? It's a lot.
Well, I basically have a way to do that. But
that's not counting possible failures, possible, gaining additional health from putting more damage on the thing. Unless you have a shotgun. Well, Cthulhu, you never know. Mary might have anything. You never know what Mary has.
Mary has quite a bit. Only has 3 attack. So that would basically... Yeah. Technically, I can't fail the attack, but if I get to that point. And we have 6 turns, but also if we kill the blood ritualist, the doom goes away.
Yes, that is true. That is very true. And he doesn't hunt. So we could place him somewhere closer with the hope to go and get him, whatever makes the most sense.
Actually, yeah, I'm thinking if I put it in the winding tunnels with the Hemomancer.
Empty
it's
location.
Empty location, yeah. Let's put it there, just in case I want to kill it. And I'll kill it if it comes down to the doom count.
If it comes up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case I still manage to get to a point that I can take on the Crimson Wizard.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Okay.
But yeah, that's the mythos phase done.
Good. Alright. So that brings us back to the investigation phase. What other potential plans do we have? I need to deal with this Hemomancer that I have, and there's a few more around the place. More clues would be good so that we could then maybe spend them at the Pool of Blood. Who knows?
I have to check something real quick.
Sure. I'll take a fast action just while you're doing that.
Yep.
Which is seeing the person come towards him. Mateo is going to tempt fate because gotta do something, right? Which is adding 1, 2, 3 curses, and then adding 1, 2, 3 blesses, and drawing a card. Feels good.
Oh, well, that's a whole bag of curses and 2 blesses.
It is. I'm gonna also. Oh no, it's not my turn now necessarily because I'm not necessarily starting. We'll see. Sorry, and yeah, I was just doing that to have a look. Did you find what you needed?
Kind of. I kind of want to go and kill the Hemomancer before it comes and attacks me.
That seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah, because it's gonna attack me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I move.
Yes, and you'd have to move, I think, quite far for it to...
No, it only moves once.
Oh, no, you're right. Just not... Yeah, you'd have to... There's only some places you could go where it wouldn't be able to get you is all.
Like the winding tunnel.
Yeah, like, exactly, that's true.
That might actually give us more time. But also, I have to deal it at some point, because it's gonna hunt either one of us.
It's true. There's gonna be a lot of enemies forever. That's a good point.
Or I go to the sprawling caverns and try to get some clues.
Yeah, I could try to do that as well. I'm not gonna necessarily say I have a better shot, but I might be able to pick up a couple clues, and then we'd have all the clues we need, theoretically.
Oh yeah, you use the book for investigations, yeah.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I don't have a way to add charges.
Nope. There are ways, certainly, so and there are other spells and things, and lots of possibilities for our Mary.
Yeah, because the Hemomancer will come for me, but I like to have a turn to prepare for it first.
Well, that's the classic question, right? Is if it comes for you and attacks you in the enemy phase, is that okay? Like, is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, because it's too... Yeah, I want more time, so... Ari's just gonna...
What was your...
sprawling...
Oh, you lost an action. Sorry, yes. I was like, what was your first action? I understand, yeah. Okay.
And as the third action... Now here's the question. Will I take 2 horror? Well, if I do, I'll use the Holy Rosary. So... Mary just ran outside, grabbed something, and ran back inside the cave. And before I moved the thing over to you,
yeah,
we play a backpack that searches the 12 cards. And I have 12 cards.
Which is nice. I'm curious what items and supplies you have left. I'll be curious to know once they come out of the backpack, naturally.
Yeah. Oh, there's something. I know exactly what I'm looking for. So.
Well, if it's in there, then it's in there, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Mary's gonna go to the sprawling caverns and start digging through the supplies that she brought with, or perhaps Neftis brought with her.
Yeah, that would make sense too.
So I'm just gonna search that and leave it to you.
Sounds good. By watching this hemomancer sort of charging towards him, Mateo decides to stand his ground. He has already prayed to his god, the sort of the his Christian god, but he's also now going to issue a prayer to another faith, something darker, something that he does not fully comprehend. I'm also going to play Favor of the Moon, which seals 3 curses, and then I can resolve a curse token from Favor of the Moon, which also gives me a resource, which is nice, and I think that's how I'm going to do this.
This is actually harder than I thought.
There's gotta be things that will help with what we want to do. That's the key.
Oh, there is. There definitely is.
I just mean there can't, like, some things must be better than other things for what we want to do. How many resources we have, how much time we have, all those situations. Slots available, all that.
I kind of have to take that. And then... Sorry.
To apologize to me, I am going to, or Father Mateo rather, would love to kill this hemomancer. Can't do 4 damage, which is too bad. But we do what we have to do. I am going to fight with... Oh, of course I can. What am I doing? I'm going to fight with Armageddon. So first action, I'm going to fight using Armageddon, which is a 5 on 3. I am going to reveal... I'm going to exhaust Favor of the Sun and Favor of the Moon, which is ridiculous.
Oh, right, you have the... Didn't you have the thing where you can reduce cost by 2?
At? Oh, reduce cost. Oh, yes, that was... yes, we... sorry, we've ended up... we used it.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So, I'm going to... The Bless on Favor of the Sun... it doesn't want to release for some reason, Crosshair, so there's one...
so we add...
Yes, so I'm going to put it in the bag, and then you can seal it on Nephthys, because it would have left the bag, if that makes sense. If you can.
Come on.
There you go.
There we go.
Good. And then I will release and remove a curse token, again a resource, and put a token back on Armageddon and exhaust Paradoxical Covenant to automatically succeed. Okay, that was a lot of stuff. Basically, Mateo sees the man charging towards him, says 2 prayers simultaneously in 2 different languages, extends his hand, and fires a gout of flame at the hemomancer, who screams as he steps back. Now, that was one action. Second action, I'm going to have to fight that guy again, but I still have an Armageddon charge, which is nice. So I'm going... what's the curse bless situation? It's pretty good. So I will do this. I'm going to fight at 5-3 again, and I hope for other stuff. Here we go. Bless. Bless. This will be nice. Curse. I'm putting a token on Armageddon. -3. Oh, actually, no, hang on. That's perfect.
-1. Yeah.
Perfect. So, again, they all get removed. I'm just making sure. I removed a curse. And go ahead.
No, don't remove the bless.
No, you're going to seal the blesses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Mateo struggles to control the power, but manages to force it further down, blasting away the cultist in front of him. And then, breathing a sigh of relief, he takes off running and ends up in the sprawling caverns, which with Sister Mary.
Oh, hello.
Is
Found my backpack.
He looks with some curiosity at Nephthys and the backpack and wonders what kind of surprises are contained within. That's my turn. Sorry for it taking so long.
Yeah. Nephthys, her bow seems to be glowing more and more as time goes on because
Excellent.
it says keep turning up.
Yeah. Actually, this is perfect then because, yes, it's the enemy phase where hunters hunt.
Yeah, Hemomancer will come here, but let's see. Can I use the fast action before that enemy attacks?
Yes.
The hunt?
If you're over here on the far left, if you're curious, there's like a big sort of when all of the sort of phases of each round are. And specifically in the enemy phase, hunters move, then there's a free trigger player window before they attack. So yes.
So yeah, the Hemomancer walks over like, finally I found you.
Oh, blah. Blah.
And we release 3 tokens, we remove 3 tokens, and the Hemomancer is no more.
Excellent. Okay, good. Well, that's good then, isn't it? Phew.
Yeah, that went as well as good.
Tend to agree. Upkeep.
That would have been nice, like moment ago.
I mean, yeah. We go to 1, but it's actually 2 out of 6 doom, as the pair or the little group regroup, trying to figure out how they can get back down to the pool of blood to stop this ritual if they can. And we draw encounter cards. Of course. Here's another sanguine creation. I don't know why I'm drawing such awful things. Crawling up from one of the cliff edges nearby is another beast, reconstituted, made of blood and bones.
And what else do we have? Oh, we went around. Cool. Ritualist. Well, at the cave entrance, I think.
Okay.
Things appear. I'm gonna go hunting.
Alright. Good for you. Seems good.
We're at 6. Yeah.
As long as you can remove them. Yeah.
Yeah. Ritualist gather. Now then.
Yeah, what's the... I want to deal with this sanguine creation and then continue to try to get clues, maybe even from this sprawling cavern here, so that we have enough to maybe go and deal with the pool of blood, who knows? But I'm going to try, I guess, punching the sanguine creation a couple of times.
Yeah, I have options. When you said that, I don't know, like, how many items could you have? I have a many.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, sorry. I should say, like, I feel like I know that you love to pack your deck full of, one-off sort of, maybe not odd items, but like a lot of little trinkets and things, for sure.
Yeah.
As opposed to events and skills. Okay, well, Cthulhu, have a good one. Thank you for dropping by. Sorry, Crosshare, go ahead.
Bye-bye. Yeah, a military person knows how to pack for every occasion.
I think what I was getting at, which is I'm not really sure how to phrase it, but I guess I just mean, like, yes, there's always going to be great cards, but the question is, which one would you be happiest to see if you drew it next turn, right? Like, there's always going to be that sort of priority of, like, oh, this actually helps, and this one would be cool, but, what's the plan, right?
Yeah. Because basically I could roleplay most of the stuff I want, but do I want to kill things or do I want to protect myself?
Well, I mean, good question. Both, ideally. We want to get rid of the doom on the blood ritualists, and then we eventually... Yeah, go ahead.
Blessed Blade should handle that, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I need bigger, like, I don't need a flamethrower for that.
Oh, did we add a bless from Mary's ability? I don't remember. I don't believe we did.
Yeah.
Okay, we did. My bad. Yeah, great.
Yeah, there's 6 already in there, so...
Yeah, that's a lot. It's good. Okay.
Considering that we drew the Crisis of Faith a moment ago, that's pretty...
Yeah, it's... Well, you know, with their... with the amount of faith that these two people can generate, you know, it makes sense that they could refill a bag of blessed tokens. I guess, unless you have a specific hankering, I can start by just trying to punch this sanguine creation a couple of times.
Yeah, I guess I'll see if you fail, then I'll help with it, so...
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm just going to try to punch it, basically, and then I know we don't have a ton of time, but that's the idea. Realizing that his magic will have no effect on this creature, Mateo wades in, using Olive's sort of backup to try to help him with this. I'm going to exhaust Olive to reveal 3 chaos tokens when I fight at 2-2. And we'll see what happens. Okay. Not great. I'm going to use ritual candles. So I'm going to cancel the -2, basically. So I'm at curse -1, +1 from the ritual candles, but I draw another token. Okay, that's what I was worried about. All right. It is what it is. So fail. Curse comes out of the bag. It's got retaliate, so I take a damage and a horror. Yuck. And that's what it is. One more goes on the scenario reference card. Now I am in trouble because I feel like I don't actually have much I can do here.
You know, yeah.
Well, I'll try to evade it, actually, is what I'll do. I'm 3-2. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. Mateo's kind of wading in. He doesn't have any sort of combat experience, right? He's going to try, in fact, to maybe lead it over to the edge of the cavern where it came up, and he's going to try dropping down onto another ledge, see if he can get away. 3-2. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. It also has alert, so I'm going to take another damage and another horror. Really bad. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone first. This was stupid. And then, I guess I'll try again, because I can't get away. I can't do anything. Armageddon would deal 2 damage, but it would be a 5. Actually, let's do it. I'm going to fight 5-5 with Armageddon, and I'll commit 2 willpower icons. There you go. I should have done that first. That's fine. 7-5. Yeah. The blast of flame takes a chunk out of the creature, but it is mostly liquid. It simply reforms. It has retaliate, so I take another damage and another horror. And I pass the turn to you, Crosshair. This is why we have cards that do things, and this is why enemies that say basic on them suck. That's all I have to say about that.
Now the question is, I probably should deal with that.
Okay.
Does retaliate apply when I attack an enemy that's fighting against you?
Yes, for sure. I will just check what it says in the book, but yeah. When you fail a skill test while attacking a ready enemy with the retaliate keyword, after you apply the results of the test, the enemy performs an attack against the attacking investigator. Yes. So, short answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want... Because I did want to go and handle the blood ritualist, but this...
I can survive by taking care of... Olive can die. I don't love it, but that's, something that she can do.
But then again, healing would be nice. Oh, but right.
Oh, did I run out of music? I think I did. Yes. There we go.
So, from the backpack, Mary has been feeling a bit cold with all this blood flowing around.
Okay.
Well, the tunnels are cold.
I have to interrupt you. The backpack takes up a body slot as well. I don't want to be... I don't want to... Sorry.
Then I not play that. Then I would play...
Sorry.
I guess I could play that then. Yeah, right. Right you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we don't play that. Well, it's gonna be the last thing I play from there then.
Okay. Makes sense.
I do need to heal up. That's one thing.
Okay.
So if I get hit, that's gonna be it. And if I happen to hit you instead of the sanguine thing, that's also not great.
Yeah, no, that would be less ideal for sure. But also, again, perhaps that is the story here. That, I mean, I have to say we had a few rounds of relative quiet when we started, but it's just been basically cultists, sorcerers, and monsters ever since. Like, there's just so much blood magic happening here,
That's actually nice. No way. God. Let's do this. Holy Rosary. Basically, Mary will be replacing her Holy Rosary with a mirror pendant.
Yeah. Yeah, we remember the mirror pendant.
Or
beautiful.
Rather, the Holy Rosary turns into this mirror pendant and shines the light perhaps a bit brighter in this cavern.
Lovely.
Like any little light that there is gets amplified by this. So I'll add 2 of those in the deck, 1 in my hand. Cool.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna play one of those soothing melodies.
Sure, the light kind of brings with it a certain music, yeah.
And I'm gonna heal 1 damage and 1 horror.
From investigators or allies at your location, draw a card. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go up. Okay. And then as a last action, the other cultists just have to wait a bit. And Mary is looking at this sanguine creation and like, well, this please let this work again. And takes her blessed blade. And the sanguine monster is between Father Mateo and Mary, so she strikes behind the sanguine monster. Tries to destroy it, maybe.
You're adding a bless to the bag with the blessed blade, and going for that swinging. I love it.
Yeah, it's 4 against 5, but...
Subscriber.
Kung Fu Fenris.
Subscriber. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kung Fu Fenris, for the resubscription. I'm just gonna quickly, I'll just say welcome to Doomed. A little catch up. We're finishing up a scenario before tomorrow's new scenario. I am, of course, joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Sorry
Just
to
about
interrupt,
to
Crosshair.
pull out token and possibly stab Olive, so...
Yep, I think that might be exactly what happens. We'll see. You never know. You never know.
4 on 5.
Hmm.
Oh. So... I don't hit.
Okay. So, there was no bless or elder sign revealed, so I take 1 damage from the attack.
Yeah. Oops. It basically, the blessed blade goes through the sanguine monster.
Yep.
And stabs. Actually, I'll take
Oh,
that.
yes, of course, she's yours. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And basically Olive falls off the ledge instead.
Oh, no. Oh, God, this was her scenario.
In order kerfuffle.
Yikes.
Actually,
Yep, yep, you can do that too. Yep,
yeah.
if you'd prefer.
But instead of Olive falling off the edge of the world, Mary's aura basically, she just gets this rush of power and manages to pull Olive back
Nice.
from the brink of death that she basically also caused, but...
Kung Fu Fenris, things are good. As I mentioned, we're wrapping up the end of a scenario from last week. Father Mateo, Sister Mary, and company are currently fighting monsters made of blood in a blood ritual. And it's a good day. Things are good. There we go. Okay, then that brings us on to the enemy phase. Ooh, a lazy day. That's okay, Kung Fu Fenris. We need those in our life, right? Unfortunately, I think despite saving Olive, the beast swings around and basically just consumes her in a gout of blood. So, whoops.
Like,
but I'm still alive too, so I'll take that. That's okay.
Yeah, Olive basically disappears inside this blood monster.
Yeah, basically. Ugh. Okay. That's upkeep. We go to Mythos, which is now 2, but actually 4 out of 6 Doom. And we draw encounter cards. The ritual seems to be reaching its height of power. The blood within their skin boils and threatens to escape. Interlopers. Sorry. Test agility 3. If you fail, take a horror, put it into play in your threat area. I don't like this. And I'm going to try to... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
Actually, I don't commit anything to it. And hope that you fail.
Okay. Okay, because I could also try to cancel it, but you're suggesting that it would be useful for us to have the ability for things to come to us.
I could use this self-sacrifice.
Oh, okay, so you want to commit this... I
to
see, okay. I see.
This test, basically. So
Right.
if you fail, I'll take it, and I'll get to draw.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, take a horror and put it into play in your threat area. Yeah, if I fail, but we'll try 3 to 3. That is indeed Mary. No.
The familiar feeling of darkness encroaching and basically the heavy metal guy from the darkness takes notice of Mary again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so take 1 horror and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, that's not bad, generally.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna draw 2 cards.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and then it's your encounter card, and then we're moving into the investigation phase. Excellent.
More
Excellent.
blood.
Yeah, blood monsters everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
It's been basically 2 hours for us. Could we take a small moment to refill?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We should discuss Crosshair what the plan is, because I also want to make sure that we reach a satisfying resolution for the scenario as we play through. But that's a good plan. I'll get a bit more water, and we're going to be right back on Doomed. Don't go anywhere. See you in a sec. Hello, and welcome back once again to Doomed, not-so-solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. I am, of course, here with the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello, the Crosshair. What is up? How are we doing? We've got sanguine monsters, blood monsters everywhere.
Well, I've been thinking.
It's a good thing to do, I think. Yeah, go for it.
I have a feeling we won't be defeating the Crimson Wizard.
Yeah, I mean, that, yeah, makes sense.
I
Good
think
point.
that's like out of the question. We do have 4 clues and we need 6 clues. So basically get 2 clues, rush to the pool of blood, get the clues out, do what Olive said that we should do and redirect the powers.
Ideally.
And interrupt the ritual.
Yeah. Ideally, yeah, you're right.
Or
okay, or
go out. Just nope.
Just nope our way out. Those are both strong possibilities, yeah.
Yeah, because I can get us 2 more turns by trying to get rid of the blood ritualists. Which, as an afterthought, we should have just added to the Crimson Wizard, but we don't know what the counter does anyway, so...
Right. It also, there's that one treachery that, like, gets extra hard based on how many marks there are, right? There was that. Yeah. You make a good point. What I would love to, in an ideal world, I would get some clues, go to the pool of blood, and then, yeah, I would start trying to place them on the act to redirect that power, like you said. I'm currently struggling against a sanguine creation and still need a couple clues, so I need a couple turns to do that, all of that, but that's a possibility. Yeah,
and the pool of blood thing, you can move from any investigator at the clues, so...
Yes. Who is at the pool of blood?
Yeah. Basically, I could tussle with the Crimson Wizard and...
Yes, no, you're absolutely correct. So, then the question becomes, can we deal with these sanguine creations? If we can, then maybe we have a chance to rush, take out some doom and go. And if we can't, then we have to try to resign, at least to try to save our skin as best we can.
Yeah. Like, let's deal with the sanguine monsters, then if you draw Bless, then Nephthys can also deal with the sanguine monsters. So.
It's very true. So are you saying I should start and try to fight the creation, or try to evade it, maybe?
Actually, you will die if you fail.
Yes, this is correct.
So I should probably deal first.
Great. Yeah, that's cool. Go for it. I think if you have a thought about how you want to play it, I say go for it.
That's gonna cost 7 resources to play those. That's a lot of resources.
Yes, it really is.
So Mary's gonna try and deal with her sanguine creation first. And I'm just thinking, should I just do a basic attack and hope for the blessers to come to play?
It would be 3 to 2, and we have 7 or 8 blesses in the bag. It's not all of them, but it's a good number of blesses that are possible.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean well, it does have retaliate, but
This is exactly right. This is where it gets a little tricky to figure out how we want to handle it. But you're correct.
2 against 3 or 5 against 4.
Well,
so
yeah, one of those is better.
Yeah.
Although it takes twice as long to win. Yeah.
Yeah, have to do it twice, and I do add a blessed token with the blessed blade. So I'm gonna try with the blessed blade first.
Great.
Yeah, let's do that. So 5 to 4, and I'm just gonna throw custom modifications into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 5 to 5.
Great. And you add the bless as well, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we definitely want
10 blesses.
Yeah, we want to wish you luck.
That's not a blessed token.
No, it is not. Less good.
So that would be 1 damage and 1 horror. I can take it.
Okay.
Once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now then, it becomes a bit trickier.
Well, let's not forget, right? If going into the cave they were always fated to have this blood ritual go off, then has always been the fate, right? If that is what happens.
So, basic attack then.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 3 against 2. I could also try to evade, which is also 3 against 2.
Yep. It's a good point. And then he still has alert as well, which is sort of like, right, it's like retaliate but for evasion. But then at least you'd only need to do it once.
Yeah. Let's try to evade. 3 against 2. Just skirt around this big behemoth of blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's against 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's 1 damage and 1 horror. Well, first off, let's deny existence.
Okay. On
That's
the damage
1.
or the horror?
Well, the thing here is that does the fast window happen before the damage goes through?
It does not. There's a fast window like during skill. Again, I think there's
Yeah.
There's another document somewhere. I can find it here in the back of the book, I think, where it says timing of a skill test. There you go. And the free trigger windows are all the places where you're allowed to take free trigger actions during a test. But between failure and apply results, then no, unfortunately, it's a little trickier.
Yeah, because then deny existence won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It will have to be Nephthys that goes away.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's 1 damage, 1 horror. That was the 1 damage dealer we had, but Nephthys basically does the bless go back into the bag?
When a card is I just read this the other day. I think when a card is discarded, if it leaves play for any reasons, they are immediately released back into the bag. Yes.
Okay, so sadly Nephthys has had enough. And just
she's not getting
leaves
paid
them
to fight
their
blood
troubles.
monsters.
Yeah. So the only option here is basically try and evade it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if I fail, that's Mary completely done.
It's curtains for me too. Unfortunately, I'm in the same boat. We had a great kind of run up into this point, but now there's just so many big beefy blood monsters. It's not looking good. That's for sure.
Yeah. And there's 10 plus tokens, which will all come out right now.
all 10 in a row. Perfect.
Mary is skirting along the same, like, at this cavern, at the cavern's edge, as where Olive fell down. See, trying to avoid this sanguine creation. 3 against 2, evade.
Yep. Delicious.
Yeah. I don't... Well, I should have used the fast moment there.
Oh, no. You can. During the skill test before you draw the token, you can. There's a player window.
Well, that
I
gives us...
don't know if it would have made a big difference, but you can...
It kind of does, because I can... Hallowed Mirror goes away.
Oh, yeah. Crosshair, you should have just played that first thing out of your backpack. It's fast. Oh, you have to take a... No. It's an arcane slot, not a body slot, or not a...
Oh.
Yeah. If that was what was the concern. You have 2 arcane slots, so one of the spells needs to go away, but that's great. Yeah, you could have played that right away. Yeah, no problem. Perfect. That's great.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have... So I don't have to use Deny Existence, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because this talisman triggers straight away and cancels 2 of that damage and or horror.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, again, let's assume it was out already, and you would have used it, when it was. But yes, that's correct.
So yeah, if you manage to kill both of these, then we are good. Otherwise,
I don't have any. Well, I don't think I have anything. I'm gonna.
But yeah, that was the last effort that Mary had. So.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I guess Mateo is going to try to get away from this first creature before seeing if there's any other options that he has to defeat both of them. So, I guess
I can add to that.
Okay.
At least.
Then I will attempt to evade 3-2, but I'll make it 4-2. That's the thing.
5-2.
Okay. Bless. I mean, I can't be too...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You used the ability.
I wish it was, twice per game or whatever. That'd be really nice. As Mateo tries to... He makes a fatal error. Not fatal, but you know what I mean. He makes a fatal error as he attempts to slide underneath the creature, which simply scoops him up and launches him over the edge, down into the darkness below. I just want to point out, Crosshair, in hand, now that Olive is gone, I couldn't have played her because I had the attack of opportunity or whatever. But this would have been, I think, potentially quite nice. But Father Mateo goes tumbling over the cliff edge, and is defeated with damage. So I'll take a physical trauma. But perhaps the cave does not actually have a bottom in the same way that you might expect. Perhaps he ends up where Olive McBride ended up. But that's the end of my turn.
And as we move on to the enemy phase, Mary is surrounded by these two sanguine behemoths, basically at the same precipice in the caverns that Olive fell through and Father Mateo. And clasps her mirror around her neck, and instead of being consumed by these monsters, she falls backwards into the same abyss that Mateo and Olive fell just moments before.
With
and
yep.
That's basically it.
With all of the interlopers defeated, the creations perhaps return to their master, the wizard, and whatever it is that the Crimson Wizard is attempting to do with this massive pool of blood happens unopposed. Now, Crosshair, I think this is actually, potentially a big part of the story, so we're gonna see how that factors in. But Mateo, Mary, Olive, Nephthys, they all end up in a small drain pipe outside the Miskatonic River. This cave, it feels like they fell forever, but they have landed and are no more than perhaps bruised and hurt a little bit. Something strange is happening here, that's certain. But at least they're still alive.
Yeah, a couple of more cuts and bruises on Mary as she most likely will be taking a mental trauma again. Going 5 to 5 next time, but
yeah, it's a lot, definitely, but we'll see where we end up, right? If no resolution was reached, if we were defeated or resigned before Act 3, we did not, Resolution 2. So, I'll read this even though we just discussed what happened, but let's pretend that perhaps this is a vision of some kind. You stagger back, battered and fatigued, as the head sorcerer clutches his fist, cackling with power. Pay the price for your interference, starting with you! His arm snaps out towards Olive, and she shrieks in pain as her skin tears, blood pouring toward the sorcerer. In mere moments, she collapses down lifelessly, not a drop left under her pallid skin. Incredible, the sorcerer mutters proudly as he admires the flowing power leaping between his fingers. You take the brief lapse in the wizard's concentration to flee back into the caverns, or perhaps we disappear back into the vision from which we came. For all his power, the sorcerer can't follow you any faster, and you make as quick a path as you can for the surface. Only once you're safe from certain death can you spend a moment to regret Olive's passing. It was as much a gamble to meddle in the sorcerer's plot as everything else she did, only this time, the dice did not roll in her favor. You only hope that the sorcerers have better things to do than to make sure you suffer the same fate as Olive. In your campaign log, record Olive paid the price for her curiosity. Remove each copy of Olive McBride from each investigator's deck, replacing each copy with a valid level 0 card. If you're playing in campaign mode, investigators cannot include Olive McBride in their decks for the remainder of the campaign because she's dead. Each investigator earns experience equal to Victory X.
Which is, I think, 2.
I count 2 as well. Yeah. Not a ton.
Yeah.
Not a ton. But we will...
Right when this cost us 1.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so at least we're Not, at least we didn't come out, like, under? Question mark.
Yeah, I think it's a fitting end that while we escaped by falling into the underground river, and basically what happened there is fitting, except that Olive got lost somewhere in the tunnels and was found by these monsters and cultists.
Exactly.
And then the Crimson Wizard did his crimson things.
Ooh, crimson things.
Olive basically is no more, but this was the story of how Olive came and left.
It is indeed I think we had sort of said that Mateo and Mary needed to seek out a way to combat the monsters that were rising up from the depths, and in seeking Olive's help, have discovered that in fact, it's not just monsters. There is some sort of blood cult that is attempting to do something with this ritual, something for which Olive paid the price, which is awful, of course, but now at least they have a bit more information, if nothing else. And this brings us to the end. Whoop, there we go. This brings us to the end of Doomed. Anything Once. Is it called Anything Once? Yeah, it's called Anything Once. It brings us to the end of Scenario 2 in this campaign, Anything Once. Mary and Mateo have to find their way on to see if they can defeat the strange happenings at the center or beneath Arkham. But we know that they end up somewhere together at the end of all things, the end of times. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have another session of Doomed, myself with the Crosshair, which will be, again, the next stepping stone in this story, looking back over how they achieved what they wanted to achieve. We're not quite sure what that scenario is going to look like yet, but I have some thoughts, and I'm sure we'll decide, and it will be a blast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One last look at the Olive. That's no longer.
Sorry, Olive. Although, free level 0 card. That's a joke.
Yeah.
doesn't feel very nice.
I think that after losing Olive, Mary does have other companions that from her past that might come into play, but
yeah, very much so. Very true. We will have to see next time on Doomed. Crosshair, of course, I'll give you a big thank you for wrapping this up with me today. We've got another session tomorrow, which of course I'm excited for. Love this game. You can also join us. Thank you very much, Crosshair. We've got streams throughout the weekend. Punchy tonight. Punchy and Boy. Punchy ventures towards Ragnarok on Elizabeth Neal's channel. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, it's Drew Crew, Nancy Drew and the Phantom of Venice. And then, of course, at 5 p.m., as I've mentioned, it's another session of Doomed. And then, folks, Sunday, this is fast becoming my favorite day of the week. I mean, not that it isn't usually, but I will say Avatar Legends is off to a roaring start. The Mirror Scale, RPG Clinic's new campaign that we're doing over there. It's been a blast. We were kind of like, is this going to be a good system for us? And so far, so freaking great. It's really jiving, and I'm really excited about it. So that is all that I have to say about that. Yeah. And then streams throughout the week, of course. So you can join the Discord as Crosshair's posted if you want to see what that's all about. Crosshair, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, this has been another installment of Stories of the End Times.
Ooh, I like that. Stories of the End Times. Yeah. Well, then in that case... Oh, go ahead, sorry. What were you going to say?
Yeah, we'll see everyone tomorrow. Purple Pots, be safe, be well.
Exactly. Nerdy, come on! No, I'm just kidding. We're just wrapping up, actually, Nerdy. I'm very sorry. I hope you have... Exactly, Kung Fu Fenris. We only deal with fantasy end times. But it's great to see all of you here. Thanks so much for joining us, and we're going to see you next time on Doomed. Have a great rest of the day. Woo, bye.
Bye-bye.